Hi everyone, this is just going to be a collective reading on untapped desires. So anyone who clicked on this video, I'm going to go ahead and connect to now. In some way I will cover their untapped desires in this video. So untapped desires meaning that those desires within you that are being ignored as of now, that perhaps deserve or need attention or energy. Perhaps parts of yourself that you shadow self, parts of yourself you shut off because you feel like you're not allowed to express. Parts of yourself that you want to express but can't express. Just things generally that are hidden from you or blocked from you. I'm tapping into those energies now. And also your spirit guides, ancestors, those beyond the veil that watch over you. Because I don't know, I feel like those of you watching this video are just well protected because you need to be. Spirit, tell me about the collective's untapped desires. What is being hidden that deserves energy? We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and Strength. Spirit, give me a reading on the collective's untapped desires. Give me direction and guidance on what needs to be focused on. What is being blocked from the collective as of now? What desires does the collective need to look into? One more card. A lot of tense energy in the collective right now. What are some hidden, untapped desires of the collective? Those who are watching this right at this moment. Alright. We have Ace of Discs over Ace of Wands. Virtue. Lighting up strength, illuminating strength. Queen of Discs in reverse, along with Three of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Swords, paired with power. So, Seven of Swords being the first one that popped out, and power, clarifying it, gives me the energy that this collective has some sort of information or knowledge that they're holding that could be used to their advantage against those around them for some reason. For others of you, I'm feeling like powerful manipulation abilities. For whatever reason that might be. Obviously, a lot of you are needing to protect yourselves And Spirit is watching you. Spirit is watching you in these clouds, giving you power. For others of you, you need to be reminded not to manipulate yourself, gaslight yourself, make yourself believe you're not working, not doing the right thing, not abundant. You need to remember the clarity of your own path, and you need to breathe and have peace of mind for a moment. Meditate on just letting go of whatever thoughts you have at the moment and listening to the world around you, listening to the world inside you. Because you might find some sort of blockage within yourself where you feel like you don't have the power to manipulate the energy how you want. You feel like you don't have the power to stop this gaslighting within yourself, or stop this inner self-deception of some sort where you feel like you're not connected with everyone else, or you feel like you have no clear path and that your actions in the past just keep repeating and have bared no fruits to the future. Then maybe you should look within yourself for self-deception, because obviously, like, if you're not getting the information from outside of you, you need to look within. It's like you have this untapped desire to look within, and it's like there's something mischievous about this Seven of Swords guy running off with those swords. Like, tap into your inner child energy. There's like a hidden power to your ability to manipulate thoughts and air energies in that way, for those of you who are air signs and have that power. You know, it's a very powerful energy that can be easily directed by, you know, clarity of mind and peace of mind, and tapping into that inner power that is sort of a foundation you feel like maybe afraid to show to other people, or you block off that energy from other people because maybe you've been resented for it, or you've scared people off, or people have verbally abused you for those things. Because there's always a reason for those blockages. You know, it's good to give yourself love and moderation, and, you know, not get yourself too high on one thing or one idea, because, you know, what comes up goes down. But it's like you have the sword and you're diving straight towards what you want. With this Ace of Discs, it's like in this untapped desire holds the things you've been blocking yourself off from manifesting in the material world because you felt like you need to, for whatever reason those blockages came, either from within yourself or from the world around you. The only influence on your world that you can change is your outlook and your perspective and the way you interact with the world around you and yourself. And you have to be that light for yourself. You have to cut yourself slack. You have to be strong for yourself. And, you know, really look at and examine your ego, and be not afraid to form a relationship with your ego that is mutual, of just, you know, caring about and taking care of that part of yourself that knows you have this strength and how strong it is. And the shadow work to examine why you feel afraid to step into that power at the expense of others, or maybe even at the expense of yourself, where you feel like it's wrong to be that way, or maybe you feel like when you are in those energies of strength, it's actually the opposite, and you feel like you're letting your ego take over instead because of, you know, maybe ways you've been taught, maybe thought patterns that keep you from feeling more aligned with that vibration at all times. It's like you feel the reason behind your own blockages to what you want, because of course it takes a journey to get there, and intuitively you know that journey without having to look forward or backward, or it's just all around you. But getting there and rising up to that state of being where you are so aligned and with your purpose, while also just relaxing into it and not forcing it, not changing it or filtering it for others, or even for yourself, is when you are in the most abundant state. You bring in abundance and peace and clarity and just balance within yourself, because you are stepping into that light for yourself without needing to think about consequence, because you firmly believe that it is the right thing to do. You know, you don't need others' opinions or reactions to knock you down or make you feel like you don't have that strength, because when you let others knock you down like that, it's just letting you know, your shadow side take over, where you doubt yourself and don't believe you're strong enough to embody your light in a situation when you know it would bring forth much abundance to you and the other person. Yeah, deep down you have a very strong inner passion for helping other people in this way. It's like in those moments when you feel safe enough to be aligned with those vibrations without judgment, you've been able to grow and sort of find a part of yourself that feels the most like yourself and feels so powerful. But it's hidden within you. It's hidden within you, not only because you protect it with this sort of shell of darkness that you encase it in, but it's almost as if you plan to do something with it. It's like you hold it steady at the middle in the present, And you don't necessarily plan what you're doing, but it's like you just step into your light. And whenever you step into your light, it's like an eye opens inside of you and you just flow from it without thinking or judging yourself. And these paths appear before you, and you just immediately fall into and align yourself with the ones that you know are gonna not only light that fire within yourself, but bring forth steady balance and a strong energy of like focus towards people's sense of virtue and actually thinking towards the future. You want to influence people subconsciously in this way where just by stepping into your light, you illuminate the exact forms of lack of abundance and how that manifests in people's lives, and how it is brought about by people not being aware that they manifest exactly what they are thinking and believing right in that moment. You hold yourself separate from these powers because you feel as if you worry they're not really you, because they've never been acknowledged as you by others, even though you feel the most like yourself in those moments where you embody that illumination of light and darkness, like your shadow side illuminating the serious matters of manipulation and people's illusions, people's manifestations of their own ego. And your light side of being able to put those things in the past and believe in a different future, like believe in this light within yourselves that anyone is able to create in the moment and manifest in the moment. And with these two wands together, just, bring a stability and foundation that it's almost like sometimes you want to tell people how fruitful their ideas are, and when their ideas are not fruitful and are like actually a little self-deprecating, and just kind of self-harming in a way, but you hold back because you don't believe you have the power to actually change that. Maybe because in the past people haven't actually tried to bring forth that abundance within themselves. They just keep turning to you for it. It's like you have this innate desire to help people because it just comes out of you. You're wanting to ignite that passion within them, wanting to inspire them, and just tell them how amazing they are, tell them how much potential they have, and tell them when they are wasting that potential. It's like those are the moments that trigger you, or when you can help someone in that way by making them believe in themselves and believe in their future. Believe that they can leave those things behind and create exactly who they want to be if they can leave those things behind. Behaviors of self deprecation, because you can't have this light within yourself and manifest these beautiful, like, passionate things and strength. If you're sitting there like hating yourself, self-deprecating yourself, not believing in yourself, believing that you'll only ever get bad things in life, believing that everyone hates you or is against you, because that's just what you're going to manifest as long as that's what you believe. You can't have both, you know. I mean, there are those people who switch between both, but it's sort of the same thing where, like, you can't really decide and you doubt yourself. You're sort of stuck in this energy of being stuck in the present but not feeling any change around you. And it's like you've felt this frustration so many times in your life that your untapped desire is to completely bleed forth and open your heart and your light to everyone in your lives, especially yourself, fully and completely at every moment, and just surrender and not be afraid to mess up or not be afraid to, I don't know, not be afraid to believe that you can manifest the right things or manifest those good things and be this abundant person just because that's always been your way of thinking before. You know, it's like deep down you know, but you're sort of afraid of how bright your light shines and how much that influences other people's paths and how strong of a light that is, how much power you have to influence other people's situations and your own situation. But it's as if you fear it. It's almost as if you fear that power within itself. Like, it's an untapped desire because you fear wielding that much power within yourself. You feel like you don't deserve that power, or it should belong to someone else. But because you're such a deeply strong person who's been through so much pain and so much manipulation, this was a power sort of indicted to you, or like given to you, especially by the universe, because if it was put in the wrong hands or put in someone else's hands, let's say of someone who's like manipulated you and used you for darkness, imagine what someone else would do with it. And it's like only you have the power to do what you believe you can do with it. It's like deep down you have this untapped desire to change the world, to change the future with this light and inner knowledge and strength that you have. But it's like you might, for some of you, you might try too hard to make it happen because you're worrying that it won't happen, while also being like, it needs to happen, I'm going to make it happen. It's what makes it don't happen. It's sort of like you've exhausted yourself at this point and you're like, okay, I've been down these paths. And it's like there's this untapped desire within you to like just sit down and be lazy, to like not have to work for it. And honestly, like, just surrender to the world and let the universe just channel through you and bring you this abundance without really having to try for it. Yeah, it's almost like there's this untapped desire within you to just let those thoughts and feelings flow forward. Let your power shine and bring forth these manifestations and powers within other people without having to, like, by leaving behind those doubts and worries and anxieties within yourself in the past, and those like needs for, it's like you need people to see you in this way, or you need people to acknowledge this as a part of you. But being in that energy just keeps you from this abundance. When instead you just like surrender to those energies that you constantly have and are easily in balance of when you stop thinking about it so much, or just sort of let it happen, you manifest almost through darkness without really trying to. Like, you are so in touch with the subconscious world and the dark world around you that it just flows out of you subconsciously when you let it, like, and you're not muddling it up with conscious thoughts, I mean. But also, an untapped desire is tapping into this subconscious power you have, like, of just manifesting your future and leaving behind what you don't need. Maybe you listen to subliminals, but you sort of only like half believe in them, or like maybe you maybe you've heard things about the subconscious realms or metaphysical realms, or astral projecting, or like lucid dreaming and stuff like that, but or shifting realities or stuff like that, but you haven't really like fully put work into it, or maybe you've been trying too hard to work at it and make it happen instead of just like letting go and seeing if it happens by just like observing and meditating. But like, it's almost as if there's this untapped desire, or like this untapped power that is hidden within you, where you have so much power to wield the subconscious and conscious world to manifest these things. Like, very powerful, fiery powerful, in touch with the darkness, in touch with the light, being able to completely bring those to balance, past, future, present, without having to work for it, by just surrendering and letting go, and by embodying this youthful energy of someone just romping through the woods, running away through the woods, running with the wind, and fully embracing their light and fully embracing their darkness, to the point where they just feel melded with the world around them. They feel one with the world around them. They feel that passion of just being able to move forward because of their trust in the universe, because they just surrender to any future and any path by wielding their light and letting them be themselves, to the point where it's like not blocking off and projecting these untapped desires within themselves, where like they never got to take on that power or the people around them always wielded that power against them, and they never got to step into that energy of taking that power, no matter how hard they tried. Well, you don't really need to try. Just let go and it'll happen. Stop like trying to control other people or yourself and the situation or time or the way you perceive things, and just, you know, sort of let it flow, let the situation go how it goes. You don't need to be this abundant person. You don't need to know what you're doing. It's like there's this untapped desire to like not really have to know, to just let things be abundant and let things appear within yourself without really trying, and have this future. And like, that's like your untapped desire, is to not have to focus on your future, just like build up from your present, and all of a sudden like everything is like just abundant for you. And also an untapped desire to just like show people they don't have to be, like, change people's perceptions of what's abundant, like what they need to be in the moment, what their future needs to be, what strength is, and people's sense of work. Like, they just overwork themselves over like material things or things that bring them death when they could be working for their like actual passion or actual beliefs or actual like love for the world, instead of worrying that if they let go of that control that they'll be led to ruin. You illuminate that energy within yourself and that fear within yourself, and you illuminate that within other people when you are honest and open to that fear and open about it within yourself and also to other people, and not feeling like an asshole or being afraid to like point that out in other people in a helpful way, not like in a conceited way, but like I know your pain kind of way. But yeah, those hopefully resonated for you. My collective, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, I don't know, have a good day.